Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be going over 4 of the best AFK skilling methods at the minute, just to make some GP, build your account, build some wealth, or maybe go towards in-game membership as well. So the reason why I like AFK methods is because it's a good way to wind down, relax, but also to be earning GP on the side, while you've got other stuff to be doing in the meantime. Now, I always think any kind of account needs some form of AFK methods, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, just to go and rotate between, just so that account can continuously be doing progress while you've got other stuff to be doing on the side. So in this episode, we're going to go through 4 of the best members AFK methods, just for you guys to have an alternative way of making some profit in your downtime. So the first one we're going to be doing is Archaeology, and I'm going to keep this one quite brief because we have recently done a video on Archaeology, which I'll make sure to put in the top of this video to get started. So Archaeology, as we've said numerous times, is probably one of the best ways to have a flat out AFK method. There are 2 ways to do it, whether you want to go to an artifact spot or to a cache. And the most important thing is to ensure that you're checking margins and all that sort of stuff as well to do so beforehand. Now we're going to go for a little visit into the Armadillo dig site, just to go and explore some caches and some spots. But it just goes to show that like all the archaeology material will make money, and it all is very, very AFK, but you have 2 levels of AFK in the archaeology skill. Go and have a look at the archaeology video we did the other week, but the things you're looking for is your best matic. The auto screener is a beautiful unlock. As soon as you can get there, it really does make it fully AFK. So the 2 types of AFK you have with archaeology is to go to an excavation spot. Now this is where you're going to be getting your artifacts from. Now the bonus with this is you have a variety of materials you're going to get, and you can actually sort of look for a spot which has the best kind of materials. This one here isn't terrible because it just gave us Armadillo Yellow, which is 16.5k, which is mental, but also Animal Furs, which is 9.7k. Now White Oak isn't anywhere as near as much at 3.1, but those are 2 very high and expensive materials. Not only that, because we've got the auto screener, which is cleaning up the soil, we will not sort of stop this interaction until we get an artifact. So you can just sit here and fully AFK. The main problem is though, because you're getting a variety of materials and not just one, the average cost of your material is going to balance out between the 4 materials. So even though we've got like some really expensive materials in the yellow and the furs, the leather scraps and the white oak will bring that price down because they're 3k each. However, this is a very, very AFK way to do it. This is how I prefer to train archaeology as well. Just sit and camp at one spot. Don't chase the sprite round, just sit in AFK hard. But also, you will get some archaeology XP in the form of artifacts if you want that as well. Your other option is to come in here. This is a cache. And a cache is basically a source of one single material. So this one is Armadillo Yellow. And again, check the video we did for archaeology. We went over the price of stuff, but the colours normally are some of the best ones to do because they're always in demand for tetras and also quite in demand for certain artifacts as well. But as you see here, I've got 3 yellow materials quite quickly, and these are 16.5k each. So if you were to sort of sit on one spot, camp one spot, again with an alt, with the main account, whichever account you want to, you can make some serious profits in the long run just by sort of throwing it here and doing what else you want to as well. I still think archaeology is very underrated, but I don't want to go into too much detail because we have quite recently done a video. I'll make sure it's linked in here for you just so you can go and view that as well. But in the time that we've just been sat talking about caches, we have got 8, which is 130k. So we just made 130k while just talking about archaeology. So we're going to go and visit the next AFK money making method. We can actually go to Fort Frimfree for this one. So this one, Smelting, is still very, very underrated in my opinion. It's a great way to AFK. Now, one thing I would suggest, you need to do the Family Crest quest before doing this. Now, the reason why I suggest that is because it gives you the ability to handle all your smithing bars within the furnace, rather than having to run back and forward and sorting all that out. So because we've done the quest, we are able to hit process and smelt here. Now, there are numerous things which are really good GP. Elder Rune bars, Necronium and Orichalcum are very, very good. Those are the 3 I'd sort of stick to. If you're a non-members, Bronze, Iron, Rune will be your better choices as well. If you want to and you're limited on cash and stuff as well, gold bars can bring in some pretty decent GP. So here, I'll make some Elder Rune bars now. So now I've got the proper outfit on, the blacksmith outfit, or with the goldsmith gauntlets. You can now pretty much just make and smelt 60 bars at once with the furnace, and this is why it's so AFK. Now, elder bars at the minute make something like 9 mil GP per hour, and it's just basically here in AFKing as well. No real effort, and you're making 60 at a time as well, which is decent for probably about 2 minutes of full AFK time. Not quite as AFK as Archaeology, excavating the actual artifact spot, but for an AFK way to smith, very, very good as well. And like I said, Elder Rune, Necronium, or a Calcum for members, Bronze, Iron, Rune for non-members, and also gold is very much worth a look at every now and then, because gold does spike and gold is very much in demand as well. So not only that, please make sure to check out the smithing video, which will also be in the corner of this video, because we'll talk through the methods and the buffs and everything you need to make a little bit more profit as well. There are some items in smithing which give you a chance at extra bars, which is what helps to make a little bit of extra GP as well. But an Elder Rune bar currently is 16.9, and the Elder bar is just about 1000 GP extra for turning it into an Elder Rune bar. But also, because you get the chance of making extras, that's even more profit in your pocket. But I'll make sure to attach the video into the corner as well. Now, the third skill is perhaps one of my favorite currently, and that is Fletching. Now, Fletching is one of the best money makers in the game, and something I'm desperately thinking about capitalizing on now. Now, we've done a couple of videos on Fletching, so again, like the other two, I'll make sure to put the video in the corner of the video to go through the whole method in itself, because again, with Fletching, there's a lot of things tied into Fletching, which provides buffs, extra chance of ammunition, and mainly the reason you make so much profit as well. However, Fletching is a very, very AFK method. I know here our transaction bar is only showing 30, but you can do up to 60 if you have the amount of bolts available to do that as well. Not only is Fletching a massive way to make some profit, but also a really good way to create your own alchables for your machines and other things on your accounts as well. Fletching is a really low level to get into. Onyx bolts, which is probably one of the best ones, can make up to 15 mil per hour in a minute at level 73 Fletching. Ascensory bolts, which you can do alongside Onyx bolts as well with buy limits, at level 80 Fletching can make up to 19 mil profit per hour as well. Not only that, once you get to a high enough level, Fletching headless Diner arrows is 14 mil per hour. Fletching really is starting to become one of the powerhouses of skilling money making methods, and it's only because of what you can do to create extra resources. Your brutes, your outfits, portables, the ranger's workroom really have contributed to Fletching being huge for profit at the minute. And definitely something you should look in doing if you've got a bit of AFK time, and if you need to especially make some alchables for your alchemy machines as well. You can make even more money alching because you're going to be fletching the bolts yourself. And to be fair, this is what I'm using this video for. I need to top up my machines just to keep it going for a couple of days until I can do a big bunch of bolts. And it's something I now do with some downtime in between editing. I need to feed my alchemy machine, and I need to keep on top of my alchemy machine, so I fletch from time to time as well, to make sure that we can keep that going. And then the final method, I actually forgot about. I wasn't going to include it. I was just going to do three methods. And that was until I actually re-equipped my Necromancy cape. Necromancy is a fantastic way to make GP. Just through rituals or making bars. For a period of time, making bars and upgrading equipment was actually better than doing necroplasm. Now, for the time being, we're actually going to go and do necroplasm, just as an example to show it. But again, there's numerous rituals which will make you more and more GP. Make sure to go and have a look at it. Now, it has been a little bit of a while since we've done a video related to rituals, so there will be one coming looking at necroplasm, and maybe eventually the skilling items and upgrading that, because I still think there's GP to make in creating inks. I think inks are a really good way to make some GP. The candles are okay, but can be better. But like, just necromancy in itself can be really, really good to make some GP. So necroplasm is still got its place in terms of a money making method. Whether it's as good as it used to be, it's still to be seen. But I think with a tier 90 ritual site, you can still be looking at something like 6 or 7 mil profit doing necroplasm per hour. And again, it's massively AFK. You can load it out with as much multiply glyphs as you want to make as much profit as you can possibly do. And tier 90 really unlocks the ability to really increase your GP with necroplasm. But again, that is 4 really, really solid AFK methods in varying level of AFK-ness as well. I'd probably say the Arc with the artifact is the most AFK. It's just a flat out AFK until you get the artifact. Fletching is very, very good. Then sort of like Smelting and Rituals, I'd put on the same sort of thing. Rituals, you are getting about 45 seconds to a minute of pure AFK, which again is pretty good anyway. But that is going to be the end of this video. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you've got other AFK methods which are really good, drop them in the comments and I'll do a part 2 to this video. There are still other AFK methods around, so if you want me to do it, let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to do it for you guys as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know any feedback in the comments below. Subscribe and like if you are new to the channel. Thank you guys so much. We are aiming for 5k subs by the end of the year, so if you guys can help me out, drop that subscribe button. Really, really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. See you guys very soon in the next video.